Howdy folks, my name's Christian and welcome to Bullish on Farming. Today just doing some work with the pigs this morning. I got 4 of our steers into what is usually our permanent winter paddock that had no one in it this whole summer. So it's kind of grown out and got a lot of green in there. Much of it is weeds, but there are grasses in here, probably a few days worth of feed for these 4 steers. And well, I thought I'd just make a video as the pigs are saying hi to the cattle. Love having multiple species on the farm and doing good work with these animals in regenerating the land and offering the best quality of life. And the beautiful part about nature is that it is biodiverse. So when you have multiple species or multiple enterprises on the farm, you are actually getting closer to the symmetry of nature. Because obviously nature doesn't just focus on growing one thing, like a monoculture, which would be more along the lines of what conventional agriculture producers do. Obviously, nature is multi-dimensional, multicultural, multi-species, whatever you want to call it. I think the official term is polyculture. And there is just a multitude of benefits when you align with nature's design that way. Because each animal is going to offer you different benefits for your land. It's also going to offer your farm different products for your business. And so not only does it, create a broader range of what you can produce, which is great if you're producing for yourself, and also great if you're producing for others. So you're not just a one-stop shop. See, I'm not that old of a guy, depending on who you're asking. I'm about 30 years old. But, talking to farmers over the years and doing your own research, you get to learn that this is what farming was like before industrial agriculture really started to take place. Farms were mixed farms. Why? That was more self-sustainable and self-sufficient because you could produce what you needed and enjoy the options of having different types of meat, different types of plants, and you could also integrate processes so that you were serving your land while serving your animals. That's kind of a lost aspect of the art of farming, if you ask me. And don't get me wrong, there's guys and girls out there who are doing good work, getting back to the land and running multiple species or a polyculture model on their farm. And it's only growing, so I'm not complaining here. But it is worth a comment because, this channel's for farmers or people who want to farm or people who are interested in farming. And so what I've found, and growing up as a city person myself, is most people are so separated from what actually happens on a farm that, and hey, I was there too. When I immersed myself into this world, it was learning how to walk again in its own way. There are things that you think, there's basic common knowledge on a farm that if you just worked with animals in the land and produced for yourself, you would know. But because you may have grown up in a city and you subscribe more so to a consumer-based lifestyle where you may not produce anything for yourself or your family, there is common knowledge or basic knowledge that is lost because of that. And that's okay. That's where we are. This is probably the first time these steers have seen pigs, just to mention. We don't usually have our cattle this close to our pigs. You know, they've seen chickens. And cattle run in this section in the winter, but they're never usually this close. I've ran pigs and cattle side by side before, and it's fine. I think that it's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having your animals close by if you have a good program running and the animals are kept on the move and nothing's left to just sit there and go rank. Okay? People worry about, well, how about parasites and the crossover? Okay, there's a little bit that you have to be aware of. But folks, what do you think was happening in nature anyways? The pigs scaring off the steers. Animals were living amongst each other. And although it's true they stick with their own kind, there is interspecies communication and acknowledgement. It's not like these animals are supposed to be quarantined away from other animals. If you're running mass production numbers and you have a problem with waste management, I understand why that's a problem. We don't have that problem here. We work with nature's design, and so nature recycles everything the animals leave behind. And when we get to that desired impact point, we move them along. Keep your animals moving, folks. And vet bills will be a thing of the past. And nature will become your teacher. And nature will become your healer. And all you got to do is listen. And so in this paddock here with these pigs, you know, we're approaching that 2-week mark in a few days. The comfort level of these pigs now, about 3 or 4 months years of age, I keep saying that, 4 months old, April, May, June, we're halfway through July, sorry, close to the end of July, 4 months. And all of these girls lay down, let me pet them, and they're very easy to handle. No one escapes these fences, should knock on wood. They're all more than wire trained now, and they all move through their gates when it's time to move. Great. I think I'm gonna keep them here for about 18 days, and they're moving over here. And this was the first paddock we had ever set them out on, and we're about 5 days away from letting them in. This is what it looks like. Okay, it's popped up pretty nice. Would I like a little bit more height in the green cover? Sure. But hey, this is what the paddock's offering us right now. And it's had about, 10 weeks of rest. So that's pretty damn good, okay? You can't really ask for more. And with the way we're running the animals in here, these paddocks will only get more fertile, so they'll only get better and better. And the pigs will only get fatter and fatter. So things are going really good, folks. When I move them in here, you know, we've got some good rain over the past week, so I'm going to see, you know, 5 days makes a difference there. Probably put a video once I move them into here. And once I move them in, maybe I'll make a video about this training pen, which is also our corral system for loading pigs with the gate down at the end. You can see it starts wider back here. With some pig boards, you just push them down. As it narrows out, it's about as wide as the stock trailer. You swing that gate open, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that's how we like to keep it here, folks, okay? Farming is simple. It's simple in principle and practice. It may be difficult and challenging at times, and so no one said it was going to be easy. But if you keep things simple and you work with the land and the animals, you're leveraging nature's process and not reinventing the wheel, rather acknowledging what works and doing your best to manage conditions so that you get favorable results with a mindfulness of everything involved, the land, the animals, and your farm. And when I say your farm, that's also the people who purchase from your farm and eat your products. You go to bed feeling good at night, knowing that you're doing everything you can to serve your operation. You don't really got to worry about getting much because, well, abundance is a principle that shines forth on a farm, I'll tell you that much. The only reason why anyone wouldn't be experiencing abundance is because they might be perceiving it in a particular way, and not aligning to it. Because there's just so much abundance on this planet. Some people just think about money. But really it's sustenance and the ability to move through life with grace while enjoying the bounty of nature. And the universal spirit that provides constantly without anyone having to think about it. Anyways, folks, we've hit that 11-minute mark, so I'll cap this one off here and hope to get you guys another video soon. Thanks for stopping by.